Hello and welcome to week 2 of getting the bins ready for harvest, or at least this particular bin. I removed the lids and I wanted to show you what I did here. So the majority of the worms have migrated to the side with the food. And I just created a little space here because this is the amount of castings that I'm going to be removing from here. Oh, little wonder. Yeah, so I just created the space here and I'm going to take this material out. I will be looking for cocoons and baby worms in here, but the majority of the worms have migrated to the side with the food. And I put here, I just wanted to show you a nice way to control some of your springtail population if you want to, is just take cardboard and wet it down and then just place it on top of the place where you feed. And the springtails are naturally attracted to wet cardboard. Now, the worms are not going to go in here until it is well, broken down, basically, but the springtails go for it right away. And what I will do right now, I will stop filming because I will take this and I will hose it down outside and I will replace it right back and just repeat the process until I'm happy with the conditions. So let me do that and we'll come back. Okay, and we are back. I emptied the contents that are going to be sifted. I emptied them into this shallow, this is also a 10-gallon tote, but it's shallower than this one. I like it, it has a larger surface area, so the material here can dry out. And I'm going to take this outside in the sun where I can sift through this and look for some baby worms, because I know there are plenty of baby worms. It's just very hard to see them. Here's one in my basement. And some cocoons and whatever else. But you can see the material. I mean, does it stick? No. It's really great consistency. And even this is typically wetter than I normally keep my bins, but I may have to do it this way simply because I like the way the worms are reproducing in the wetter materials. So that's something I will think about. But yeah, let me do here as well. Remove this. Okay, I have the bedding measured out. This is, again, shredded cardboard, shredded paper, has been wetted down, sprinkled with pulverized eggshells, and we're going to add that here. We're going to add the new bedding here. And there's going to be less material in here since we took half out, but at least we know the material going into each bin is the same. So there is a lot of worm activity in here, right guys? Oh yeah. Yeah, they migrated beautifully, just beautifully. You guys are gonna have plenty of room now. I'm going to incorporate the bedding, because now we can. Just like that. So now they can spread out a bit more. They'll still migrate to the food no matter where I put it. So, okay, so that one is done in here. Now we're going to incorporate, let's see. Oh, how's the lighting here? I hope you can see that. This is where we fed. Look at that. Yeah, I love these simple, wonderful bins. The, population thrives. Okay, guys, look at this. They do all the work. I just follow the basic, simple steps of putting in carbon material, putting in food scraps, and making sure that the bin is not too moist or too dry, and letting the worms do the rest. It's really not complicated. And I think when we tend to make it more complicated than it has to be, less people will want to compost. And we actually want to encourage more people to compost so that less will go into the landfill. So it is really quite easy. Let's not make it more difficult than it should be. Okay, so we fed the last time here, and here we just, tousled it all around. So I'm thinking I will probably just feed both bins in the center. We'll do that. We will do that. Oops, no babies. And the food that I have here again is measured out the same. My scale is upstairs in the kitchen, so I prepare this food for them. And I used to blend my food, and I thought it was great, and it was, when I had two systems running. And now that I have, oh gosh, I'm not gonna try to count. Now that I have so many systems, it just does not make practical sense for me to blend my food. But what I tend to do is I like to, when I do have the opportunity, to cut them up in pieces, and that way they compost faster. The worms can get at them quicker. So can the bacteria, actually, because that's what the worms really are after, the bacteria. So, and I know a lot of people will not even do that. They will just put their scraps in whole. They don't want to bother. So I find that these particular bins work great. Uncomplicated. You can do whatever you want with them, and they'll work for you as long as you keep a nice level of bedding and control your moisture, and just attend to the bins on a regular basis to make sure that the worms have what they need as far as air, moisture level, food, and temperature. So it should not be that complicated. And let me put this in here as well. And that's it, and we are done. So this bin is harvested, this bin is not, but we can now go ahead and treat them the same again. Feed all over the bin. And then this material I'm going to take now outside, get me all the baby wormies out, that I spot and put them back. And then when it's the proper condition, I will sift it and probably get some cocoons out as well. So that's our update. Thanks for joining me, and see you next week.